Mike Tyson's just done an interview on Fox News talking about his fight with Jake Paul, and what he says on this interview is pretty interesting. Let's take a listen.
I don't think he's faster than me. I train every day. Listen, it's the whole day. The process goes through the whole day. I get up in the morning, do the road work, then I go to the gym at 1, then I go to the strength and conditioning guy, then it starts all over again.
And he says some other crazy things on this interview as well, which I'm going to talk about. But here he starts off saying that he thinks he's faster than Jake Paul. Now, when you see Mike Tyson's clips that he's been posting on his training videos, yes, he looks very fast. Now, does this compare with Jake Paul's speed here? You know, it's a tough one when you see Mike Tyson's 1-second clips. But then he says he's taking this serious, which I'm very happy about, because he's got to, or there's a good chance that he could get hurt. Now, don't turn the video off and think, Tony, you're stupid. How can Mike Tyson get hurt off Jake Paul? Bear with me, bear with me. Listen, anything can happen in boxing. And we've seen Jake Paul knocking people out. So obviously he can punch. Now, Mike Tyson hasn't boxed for absolutely years. And in his last few fights, he did get knocked out a few times. So in all of them years where he's been inactive and he hasn't been training, but he's been smoking weed and taking mushrooms, do you think his punch resistance on his chins got better? I don't know. Anyway, let's get back on with the interview and we'll talk more about the fight in a minute.
Now, the last time Tyson fought, that was back in 2020. That marked his first professional fight in over 15 years. Tyson recently released a pretty intimidating training video that shows you don't want to be punched by Mike Tyson. Take a look.
One more.
Now, here are the clips that I spoke about on my last video talking about this fight.
You still want to with me?
Yeah, that is an intimidating video.
Listen, will you please promise me you're going to kick this guy's ass and shut him up, please?
So straight away, the reporter is hating on Jake Paul and wanting Mike Tyson to kick his ass, like many other people.
Hey, I will do just that for you.
Tyson said he's going to do it.
You're going out, you're going to do it for me. All right, I watched your training video. I know you're in super shape.
In super shape? From watching them 1-second clips? Come on, mate.
You're twice as old as this guy. Is that an advantage for him? Younger, faster? Although you look, you looked like you were on your A game in the video.
I guess, yeah, he does look like he's on his A game in the video where he's showing these 1-second clips. I agree.
I don't think he's faster than me.
Is he faster than him? Well, on these 1-second clips, he's not. No one's faster than him.
So Jake Paul is saying he wants to be a world champion. He says you're the greatest heavyweight champion ever, the baddest man on the planet, and the most dangerous boxer of all time. This will be the fight of a lifetime.
I agree with what Jake Paul said there. I think Mike Tyson is the greatest heavyweight of all time, which a lot of people will disagree with me on. I disagree with Jake Paul, and he was the baddest man on the planet, was being the key factor there.
You've had a chance to assess Jake Paul. What do you think of his boxing ability?
I think he's came a long way from YouTube. And listen, I've seen a YouTube of him at 16 doing weird dances. That's not the guy I'm going to be fighting. This guy's going to come, he's going to try to hurt me, which I'm accustomed to.
So there is a viral video of Jake Paul dancing. Here it is right here. No, this is amazing. Can you actually believe this guy is fighting Mike Tyson? But like Tyson said there, he's not fighting this kid here. He's fighting this guy here, knocking people out, who's been training better than 95% of all professional boxers. And the reason why he's been training better than them is because he's got the money to be able to finance an amazing training camp where professional fighters don't have that money, don't have them resources to have the best chefs, to have the best trainers, to have the best facilities, the best recovery, and have an unlimited time to be able to train like an elite athlete. So because Jake Paul's been dedicating his life to that lifestyle, yes, he's not this kid who's dancing on this video anymore. He's now a legit fighter in my eyes.
There's been a lot of rumors out there about the fight that maybe you're going to have 18-ounce gloves, you're going to be wearing headgear. Any truth to any of that?
No, not true at all. Not true. Not true. No true. Listen,
Yeah, not true with the 18-ounce gloves and the headgear, which that would just be crazy. No one would pay to watch that because it would be like a sparring session. Well, I guess I would pay to watch Mike Tyson spar with Jake Paul. Yeah, I'd watch that. But most people wouldn't watch that. So yeah, they're not wearing them. But let's see if he talks about what gloves they are wearing.
This is called an exhibition. But if you look up exhibition, you will not see any of the laws that we're fighting under. This is a fight.
So he said, look up exhibition. Let's just do that right now. What is an Because in my eyes, I've always thought an exhibition was a fight that isn't where you go 100% and there's not a winner and loser at the end of it. So this is what it says on Google. An exhibition is a sports match which is not part of a competition, but instead serves the function of demonstrating the skills of the participants. There's no rules that says you can and you can't knock the other person out or try and knock the other person out, which is what everybody who was watching this fight will want. But exhibition fights generally do have larger gloves, like 12 ounce, 14 ounce, 18 ounce. And sometimes I've head guards at this level, though they would never wear a head guard, I know that. Mike still didn't see what size gloves they were wearing.
You're going in, this is a real fight, and you're going in to win this fight. What is bringing you back? What is luring you back in? Is it kind of like the last Rocky movie and you got stuff in the basement, you need to get it out?
It really does remind me of the last Rocky movie, Rocky Balboa.
You know, Sean, I have a weird personality. I don't think it's weird, though.
I have a weird personality.
Whatever I'm afraid to do, I do it. And that's how it is.
Do I do it? Okay.
I was scared to fight again. I was 100 pounds overweight. I was however old, 54, 53. And I said, let's do it. Anything I'm afraid of, I confront it.
So about 5 years ago, he had an exhibition fight against Roy Jones Jr. That's what he's talking about. And he was overweight and he was afraid then. He's fighting Roy Jones bloody Jr., who's an absolute legend. My favorite fighter of all time, by the way. I would guess the pressure on him for this will be immense. Like, this dancing kid right here, you know, that's who he's fighting. It's Mike Tyson. He's Mike bloody Tyson. The pressure is unbelievable. And like I said, he's old now. Jake Paul's young, fresh, being trained like a professional athlete. Yes, I can see why Mike Tyson has got fear in this fight. But because this could really ruin his legacy if it doesn't go the way that most people are hoping, where he'll knock Jake Paul out. So I think that's something to be afraid of right there.
Anything I'm afraid of, I confront it, and that's my personality. Like right now, I'm scared to death. But as the fight gets closer, the less nervous I become because it's reality, and in reality, I'm invincible.
Strong words there. Now, I think what he's seeing right now is he's fearful now. He's out of shape. He's not been training. And if he's putting his mind in the old Mike Tyson, where this used to happen before his fights, he would be very fearful at the beginning of the camp. And then as the training camp goes on, he'll be building up more confidence. I guess what happens with fighters at the beginning of camps, it happened for me when I was training for the Olympic Games and when I was a professional fighter. At the start of camps, yeah, you're feeling slow and lethargic. But as training camp goes on, your confidence starts to build. And maybe that's what Mike's saying here. He thinks, like when he was younger, when it gets closer to the fight, he used to be ready and he's done all that hard training and hard work and then he's ready to destroy someone. I wonder if he feels the same right now, because one thing I have noticed on the build up to this fight is when Mike Tyson started training, for the first 4 days, he posted on Twitter.
It's day 1, the fun just begun. Day 2, we're getting ready for you. Day 3, you still want to fuck with me? Day 4, no, it was okay. But you don't know what you got in store, baby. You got to face the God of War.
But since day 4, which was on March 17th, he hasn't posted one more video. I think this is probably because he's so stiff and he's sore and his body's aching. You know, 57, 58 years old, training hard for 4 days in a row after not training for so many years, your body is going to be dying. And I bet he's struggling to walk after them 4 days. So maybe that's why he hasn't posted any more clips. And one thing about all of these clips that he did post as well, what's not great for Mike Tyson when I see this is where is he training? Just look at the background here. He looks like he's in like a hotel gym area with no space, no rings, no heavy bags. And he's doing these long combinations with a trainer on the mitts, but that's for another video. So make sure you subscribe and listen to me talk about that one.
A week or 3 days, you're a totally different person. And this is what you said about yourself. You're not a likable person. What happens if you don't have the medication?
The medication.
I don't know. Maybe
I guess it is.
has something to do with my tripolar tendencies or something. But I don't think I'll be smoking for this fight, and I think I'm going to be really, really irritable.
Ooh. I liked hearing that.
I don't know if irritable and nasty might actually help you in the ring. You know, maybe a pissed off Mike. Let me ask you this.
Hang on, reporter mate. Listen, who knows himself better, you or him? Now, if Mike Tyson goes in that ring laid back and relaxed, it's not going to be good for him. But if he goes in there irritable, like he said, and pissed off, and wanting to actually hurt the other person, I would much rather see that Mike Tyson than the other. Now, I get it. Like, it's people say, you know, you should never go in the ring angry, or that's when you make mistakes, and you shouldn't. But having Mike Tyson irritable in there, nasty, that nastiness that he used to have, that is a dangerous Mike Tyson, rather than a Mike Tyson going in the ring on weed, high, where he's just like relaxed.
I know, I'll talk a little bit about your business. You've gotten into the weed edible business, and you actually have, you know, yeah. You call it Mike's Bites. It's shaped like an ear, obviously referring to Evander Holyfield and the fight you had back then.
Yeah.
Then this is what you said that really interested me. You said that it makes you a different person. Would you take this before the fight, for example?
Normally I do, but at this particular fight, I think I'm going to go pretty...
Normally, I do take this before the fight. That's what he meant there. When? When have you ever took this before a fight? You know, this business was created when? A few years ago. So, by the way, I'm a massive Mike Tyson fan. I was with him just a few months ago. If you see this picture here, you know, I love the guy. He's one of my favorite fighters of all time. So if this video comes across that I'm slagging him off, I'm not. I'm just, you know, giving my opinion on this.
Do you have any dislike for Jake Paul? Like, you want to teach him a lesson?
I would do just that, but dislike him? No, I don't. I do not have no grudges against him. He's beautiful. And no, it's not from that perspective.
So he said he hasn't got no problem with Jake Paul. I like to hear that sportsmanship, where in the past Mike Tyson said this stuff about his opponents.
How dare you talk to me like that? You should get up and kneel to me now, and I'll spare you the night of the 28th.
I was going to rip his heart out. I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me. Lynx is a conqueror. No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander. I'm the best ever. There's never been anybody as ruthless. I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Dempsey. There's no one like me. I'm from their cloth. There's no one that can match me.
So to be honest, to see him, you know, seeing this about Jake Paul, it's nice.
You know, never for money, only glory. I would never risk my health for money.
So he said he's not doing this for money, only for glory? Come on, mate. This is all about the money, all about the money, bloody hell. What glory? He's had glory. He's been the youngest heavyweight world champion of all time. Of course it's about the money.
Yeah, and you obviously feel like you're in the best shape. I know I speak for a lot of people. They want to see Mike Tyson. They want to see Mike Tyson win this fight.
Now, if you want to see Mike Tyson training and understand why he's wearing all of these wires on his body here, I've created a video breaking it down. So you can click here and watch this video next, where I talk all about Mike Tyson's training for Jake Paul. Click here and watch this video next.